What's up, y'all? It's Monday. I hope everybody out there is happy and healthy. I also want to thank everyone for clicking on the video to give it a watch. I really appreciate the support. So with that said, let's go ahead and get down. And I want to start off with some heartbreaking news, and it pertains to former dynamic NFL running back Chris Johnson. Now, back in 2008, Chris was selected out of East Carolina University with the number 24th overall pick, and he went on to play with the Tennessee Titans for around 6 years. He had a very outstanding tenure there. He rushed for 1,000 yards all 6 seasons he was there, including a very historic and magical season this brother had back in 2009, where he ended up rushing for 2,006 yards, which broke the NFL's all-time single season record for yards from scrimmage that tallied up to over 2,500 yards, and he won Offensive Player of the Year. And so he ended up playing with the Tennessee Titans from 2008 to 2013, and then he went to the Jets in 2014, but he only rushed for 663 yards. And then in 2015 to 2017, he was with the Arizona Cardinals, where he did have a pretty productive season back in 2015, running for 814 yards, but he was mostly riddled with injuries when he played for Arizona, and then age and attrition kicks in. And so ultimately he was released in 2017, but he went back to the Tennessee Titans, and that's where he retired as a Titan. Now, you think that you're just going to run off into the sunset and have a beautiful life with your beautiful wife and kids and just enjoy the fruits of your labor. Now, although Chris did get a chance to be a family man for once and not be on the NFL's grueling schedule, right? Being more present in the home, it all came to a screeching halt once he got a devastating diagnosis. So he went on to Good Morning America this morning and talked to a former NFL player and now anchor Michael Strahan, and disclosed that he has now been diagnosed with ALS. And that's very devastating news. We know that Eric Dane just passed away from ALS. And so check out this clip and I'll be back.
Why do you want to share this now?
Because if sharing my story helps even one person get diagnosed sooner, inspires more research, or gives another family hope, then it's worth it.
Johnson says he was in the prime of his life, working out daily and running errands with his 4 children until ALS changed everything. Let's go back to last year. When did you notice that something was off?
I first noticed weakness in my right hand. At first, it was little things like my grip didn't feel right, and I wasn't as strong as I've always been.
His wife, Brittany, thought it was something much simpler. Brittany, what did you think it was at the time?
I thought because of football and, his career, that it had to be something with that, maybe a pinched nerve or something along those lines, but never ALS.
And what did doctors tell you initially about your condition?
We hoped it was something else, but after thorough testing, they finally came down with a diagnosis of ALS. They told us about a medication that might extend life by a few months. Then they told us to get our affairs in order. It was hard hearing that, but after watching Good Morning America and seeing Dr. Merritt with Eric Dane, we reached out to her. She was willing to think more creatively, offering experimental treatments that might help and advance research.
For me, it's shocking. It's hard to process it for me because I know you, Chris, from just the incredible athlete that you are. How do you process it?
Honestly, I don't know if you ever fully process it. At first you're in shock, then you realize you have 2 choices. You can give up or you can fight. I chose to fight.
Now, the disease has progressed so quickly that he now uses a speech generating device to communicate. That's why when you saw portions of the interview, he was not speaking, it was already pre-recorded. And so it's been said that shortly after he was diagnosed, he had his voice recorded so he could hold conversations with technology that tracks his eyes. So that is what was going on in the clips that you saw when it was his time to actually communicate with Michael Strahan. Now he's on 3 medications and it will slow down the inflammation, right? But we know that there's no cure for ALS. And so this is just a very sad situation all the way around. Shout out to his wife for sticking by his side. I noticed that during the interview, she was holding his hand and trying to comfort him at the same time. And I'm just sending prayers to Chris and his entire family, especially the kids, through this turbulent time. But anyway, let's move along, and I want to talk about Kirk Franklin because he got approached by a street pastor, I believe, in Philadelphia. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. And basically, he confronted Kirk Franklin and said that Kirk Franklin and his wife was going to go to hell. Check out this clip.
You're gaslighting. You need to repent. Stop gaslighting. Stop gaslighting. That's why I'm telling you the truth. No. If anybody teaches a different doctrine, I cannot shake their hand and wish they got you. You need to repent. You need to repent from your sins. You need to repent. You need to repent. You and your wife are going to go to hell. You and your wife is going to go to hell. Yes, you and your wife is going to go to hell.
Hey, buddy son, I'm not finna fake it for you, man. I can't give you no hug, and I damn sure ain't shaking your hand. You don't live your life like Christ, and you claim to be this holier than thou Christian. Man, I can't get down with that. And he just told him straight to his face, I believe that you and your wife are gonna go to hell. Now, in my estimation, that was disrespectful. You can talk about me all you want, but leave my wife out of it. You know what I'm saying? And it seems as though that Kirk was ready to get down. I don't think that Kirk is no punk, y'all. I think Kirk would throw hands. You push him. Hey, Kirk may not throw those traditional hands like men usually throw when they get into a fight. And there may be a little windmilling going on out there like two chicks fighting. But it seems as though that Kirk has the attitude to try to get the job done. But anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just feel like this is the result when you claim to be a Christian, but you seem to live a secular lifestyle. But anyway, let's move along. And I want to talk about Teyana Taylor real quick because she won the Icon of the Year award. And honestly, guys, I'm not hating. I'm just scratching my head. Like, I don't understand it. Now, listen, I've heard her music. I don't particularly like it, but there are people that do like her music. I don't know a hit that she's made. I'm pretty sure she has a couple, but I just don't understand her overall impact. It's very confusing to me. It felt forced, and the overall award just felt inauthentic. But let me say this. I understand that she did not expect Janet to be presenting this award to her, but for you to win the Icon of the Year award and get up there on the stage and do this.
Oh my God, bitch, I'm gagging. They did not tell me Janet was coming. Oh my God.
Now, did you see the expression on the dude that was sitting beside Queen Latifah at the end of the video clip? That's the same expression I had. I mean, listen, you shouldn't change who you are as a person just because one of your favorite celebrities or someone that you look up to is around, but damn it, have some class. Janet didn't even have to be there to present that award to you, and you're up there jumping and a hollering and a hooting and a be this and a be that and I'm gagged. It just looked extremely ghetto. And I'm just thinking to myself like, yo, do you need some Ritalin or something? Like, Teyana Taylor is just too much for me. And the last thing that I want to say here about Teyana is the fact that I really think that Teyana signed a contract. You know, there's things that's moving in her favor a little bit too fast, and I don't see how she got there, if I'm being completely honest, but maybe y'all do, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Now, there's one more thing that I want to bring up about the BET Awards, and it has nothing to do with what was going on inside the BET Awards. It has more to do with what was going on outside of the BET Awards. So you had January 6er and antagonizer Jake Lang, who showed up to the BET Awards to protest. And basically, he was holding up signs that said that black fathers are failures. So disrespectful. He has just been a tyrant to the black community. But it seems as though that people stood on business and wasn't taking anything that Jake Lang was offering yesterday, and they ran him up out of there. I want you to take a look at this clip.
Guys, we're here on the ground at the BET Awards. Jake Lang is here. He's made an appearance with a truck. Owen Richard, journalist on the ground here in Los Angeles.
Put the blacks back in church. Get them out of the trap
All right, so you guys just saw that. There's more extended footage, but I didn't play it here, and it shows them actually putting paws on him and throwing things at him. But at the end of the day, after he did all of that antagonizing, he runs to X, and this is what he says. I was just nearly aimed by a violent black mob outside of the BET Awards. They smashed a glass bottle over me that shattered and cut my face. They ganged up on us like a pack of wild hyenas. I'm bleeding badly and cut everywhere and on the way to the hospital now. Listen, there are too many people that are trying to prove that they have a right to exercise their freedom of speech, which they do. But it's 2026 and people don't care about the law. People are taking the law in their own hands and they're handling business because this is just straight disrespectful. How dare you come out there to the BET Awards and hold up a sign that says black parents are failures? I mean, like, how disrespectful is that? Like, I can't even fathom seeing that sign in person, that this dude had the unmitigated gall to actually show up and think that there will be no consequences for your actions. Now, the law may not back anybody putting paws on you, putting hands, feet, claws, whatever the case may be, on you because you're exercising your freedom of speech, but people are like, F the law. We're breaking it. They're tired of being insulted by individuals that push the freedom of speech thing a little bit too far. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and leave your thoughts on everything that I talked about. And other than that, continue to have a beautiful day. God bless.